Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today I'm going to explain variable scope in JavaScript. Variable scope is where a variable is recognized and accessible. In this beginner's tutorial, we'll be discussing the differences between a local scope and a global scope. Suppose we have a variable. Let x equal 1. Each variable name needs to be unique within that scope. I couldn't declare another variable named x. I set x to equal 2. If I were to run this, we have a syntax error. Identifier x has already been declared. You can reuse the same variable names in your program as long as they're within different scopes. To demonstrate, let's create two functions. Function1. Within function1, we will declare a variable x. X equals 1. Then we will console.log whatever x is. Then let's create function2 by copying function1 and then paste it. Function2, x will equal 2, console.log x. If I were to invoke function1, x equals 1. If I were to invoke function2, well, x equals 2. So we have two variables with the same name in our program. That's legal as long as they have different scopes. Any variable declared inside of a function has a local scope, or anytime you declare a variable within a set of curly braces, there's no naming conflicts because they're within different scopes. That way you can declare variables with the same name, which we've done with x. Now functions can't see inside of other functions. Within function2, we will declare variable y equals 2, then console.log x. Within function1, we will console.log y. If I were to invoke function1, we have an uncaught reference error. Y is not defined at function1. Functions can't see inside of other functions. Function1 has no idea what y is. We've declared that within another function. It's kind of like functions are neighboring houses. You can't necessarily see inside of your neighbor's house. Function1 has no idea what variable y is. Likewise, function2, if I were to invoke it, function2 has no idea what x is. Each of these variables are declared inside of a function. A global scope for a variable is any variable declared outside of a function. With function1, let's get rid of x, and we will console.log. Function2, we will get rid of y, console.log. If I were to declare a variable outside of these functions, let x equals 3. I'll invoke function1, we'll display x. X is 3. Let's invoke function2, x is 3. Any variable declared outside of a function has a global scope. It's available through the whole program. A global variable is recognized and accessible from anywhere. Hey, this is Bro from the future. I was editing this video and I thought of a really good analogy for global variables. Let's say that a function is a house. We live in function1 and our neighbor lives in function2. We can see inside of function1, but we can't see inside of our neighbor's house at function2. Anything that's declared in the global scope isn't found within any houses. It's outside. Everybody can plainly see it. It's kind of like a creepy stalker that's under a streetlight at 3 in the morning. Everybody, while inside of their house, can still see everything outside. That's an analogy I thought was kind of accurate to describe a global scope. However, it's not recommended to declare global variables in a large program just because you can have naming conflicts. In a large program, I might accidentally reuse the variable x or change it somewhere. X is a very common name for a variable, so in a large program, I would stick with local variables. But in a small program like this, it's fine. When inside of a function, we'll use any local instance of a variable first. If it's not found, we'll look at the global scope. So within function1, let's declare x to be 1. Within function2, we'll declare x to be 2. And then within the global scope, we have x equals 3. If I were to declare function1, do you think x will equal 1 or 3? Well, it's 1. If we have two variables with the same name and they're in different scopes, we'll use the local version first. That's why x is 1 and not 3. If I were to invoke function2, well, x equals 2. If these local variables weren't available, we would use the global version instead, where x equals 3. Alright everybody, so that is variable scope. It's where a variable is recognized and accessible. You have a local scope. That's any time a variable is declared within a set of curly braces. That variable is then only accessible to anything within that set of curly braces. And a global scope is where a variable is declared outside of any functions. It's available throughout the whole program. And well, everybody, that is variable scope in JavaScript.